I'm Tucker Thompson from T2P TV, and welcome back to the ISAF Nations Cup Grand Final. We have now reached the semifinal phase. The top 4 sailors have been determined in both the open and women's division, and today will determine who will move on into the finals tomorrow. And unlike yesterday, the breeze is back on. We move into the pre-start of the open division, where Laurie Jury from New Zealand, number 6, will face the only women's team in the open division, Lucy McGregor from Great Britain. McGregor spins to windward and doesn't get out of the pin. She's in trouble. Blow for blow, Jury's making easy work of McGregor with the starboard tack advantage. Heading back to the line, McGregor sees an opening. She's ahead of Jury. What a twist of fate. McGregor in trouble for the whole pre-start, but wins it in the end. So Jury tries to close gauge on McGregor. Downwind, it's bow to bow between Haddad and Ebler. So Edler wants to keep close enough to the windward boat to keep them from jibing. We're about 7 lengths from the mark. He's doing a good job so far. Haddad, meanwhile, wants to try and get into the mark. He'll have to wait for Ebler's move. The move worked. Haddad has to tack around. Ebler leads to the mark. So Ebler takes charge of Haddad. Downwind, McGregor has stayed ahead of Jury. Heading to the mark, Jury jibes for an overlap. It's close. McGregor protects. Oh, he's got it. McGregor jibes for the mark. Jury takes the lead. The crews are behind, trying to get the kites down and the jibs up, and McGregor has copped a penalty. So while Jury fends off McGregor, Ebler scores a win over Haddad. In match 2 for the women, the highest-ranked women's skipper, Claire Leroy, faces Mandy Mulder from the Netherlands. Stuck in coffin corner, it's a tough position for Mulder, but she pulls it off. Will she get across on port? Yes! "15 seconds to go. Leroy luffs. Mulder tacks away on port and is going to get pinned into the committee boat with a penalty as well. Now, can she tack on starboard? Leroy sets up. Here comes the start. She's over as well. So Leroy is comfortably in control of her match. Downwind in the first match. Price leads Goncalves, and it's close. The last thing you'd want to do is be close in front of a competitor as fast as Goncalves. But these are the conditions the Australians like, and Price manages to stay about 2.5 lengths ahead. Goncalves trails Price to the finish. Upwind, Mulder and Leroy are close. 1 lap later, and Price still leads over Goncalves by about 2 lengths as she and her crew jibe for the final time and surf across the line to take the race. And Lewall wraps up Mulder. In Flight 3, Price is up 2-0 and Goncalves is in a must-win situation. Close to being over at the gun, Price is to the right. And Goncalves to the left wins the start. Starboard tack ley line, Price is in charge as she pounds through the big swells to the mark. Top mark, and Price is in charge of the race early on. For Goncalves behind, one wave could put her right back in this. And in match 2, Lara leads Mulder 2-0 as well. Nice move by the port boat. Lara tacks over Mulder's bow. Mulder early for the pin. The start, here it comes. Trying to push her. Bows even at the pin. And the first cross goes to Mulder. The next cross, Lara has definitely caught up. Will she make it across Mulder? No, but she's bowed forward. At the top mark, the match is Mulder's. Remember, she has to win this race to stay in the game. The first jibe goes to Lara. She is on the offensive to catch up. While Price trails Goncalves upwind. Lured mark, Mulder continues to do what she has to stay in this regatta. So the underdogs are doing what they have to do to stay in this match as Goncalves leads to the finish. Big waves, it's an impressive finish for Goncalves. She'll now go 2-1 to Price. And Mulder notches a win over Lara. Back in the men, Ebler wins the start over Haddad. Upwind, these two have been exchanging blows. Ebler has pulled out into an early lead, but it has cost him a penalty. In match 2, Jury leads McGregor upwind. Downwind, Jury's in trouble. McGregor is right there. Now it's a port starboard. Key question here was the overlap coming into the zone. Jury's got it comfortably, but just look at how close McGregor is on his transom. Split tacks now with Jury all the way to the right, and behind him it's Ebler leading Haddad. Remember, he still has a penalty to turn before the finish. This is one of the few times in a race where you'll want to slow down and let your opponent catch up. Ebler's looking for an overlap to shed that penalty. Jibs are up, kites are coming down. We are outside the pin end of the finish. It's time for Ebler to make his move. And here it comes. He'll tack to try and shed the... Nope, no, it's going to be a luff. Can Haddad squeeze in there? There's the move. Does he have rights? No. Now could there be a collision? Oh, man. Look at that. Bow to bow. Cross the line. Ebler was in front. Offsetting penalty. It's the umpire's call. A yellow flag. Ebler has done it. And in much less dramatic fashion, Jury takes another win over McGregor. We move back into the Open Division third match, and there's been a change. Haddad actually won that last race because he crossed the line first. So now it's 1-1. There's the gun. Ebler on port, Haddad on starboard. Split tack. And the first cross is almost dead even. Two tacks later, the boats have switched sides, and Ebler is close to crossing, but not quite. He'll tack in front. Dial down, and they switch sides. What a beat it has been, but Ebler takes the top mark. Behind them, Jury leads McGregor into the mark. It's been 2 laps around the track, and this time Ebler's been able to hold out Haddad. The score now 2-1. And in his final match over McGregor, Laurie Jury has done what he needs to do to make it to the finals. In the final matches in the women's division, Price, if she wins this, will move forward, and Goncalves needs this to stay in the regatta. For Claire Leroux, all she has to do is win this match to move forward, and she has certainly won the start. With that win, Claire Leroux will move on into the finals. And so the finals are now set. In the women's division, Claire Leroux will face Rita Goncalves. And for the men, Laurie Jury will face Mads Ebler. And that concludes the semifinals here at the ISAF Nations Cup. Tomorrow is the grand final. For T2P, I'm Tucker Thompson.